You know what? We're getting baseball tips here at Inside Performance in North Van. It's a dreary day, but we're inside, and this is a baseball training facility. Coming up, we're going to learn the tools of the trade, all the things you need to know when you get into baseball, and I'm going to pop a few zingers in the meantime. Stick around, you guys. Woo! That's right, Jody. Thanks very much. We're at Inside Performance here in North Van, seeking shelter from the rain. West, baseball season is upon us, and for the first little bit, parents getting their kids into it, they want to know about the equipment. So what are the basic things that they need to know when finding baseball equipment?
Well, the first thing, we can start with the bat. We've got Angelo here from Hastings Little League. Angelo's got a bat that he uses this season. We try for kids his age. We want to be as light as possible so they can swing the bat, and that's really the key for young guys like this.
Do a little swing with the bat if you can, Angelo, just to show that one is just the perfect weight for his size, right? Yeah, so if the bat shakes in their hand, it's too heavy for them.
Correct. Right.
Okay, and then the glove is the important thing. Obviously, you don't want a glove that's too hard, right?
Right, a glove, and not too big. Sometimes you see kids with really big gloves.
Yeah.
They can't really move it. This is a nice size for Angelo.
Okay.
Probably about an 11-inch glove that they can move. Yeah, that looks perfect for you, Ange.
And obviously, with the footwear, the cleats are essential. But you don't always need to break the bank when it comes to getting proper footwear for baseball.
Not at all. Angelo, guys his age have rubber molded cleats, but you can get brand new cleats, or there's a lot of sporting goods stores that have used equipment, used shoes that they can get to, if you're budget conscious. So.
All right, and even though it is spring, it is still rainy and cold at some time, so you want to have like long sleeves for the first little bit, so make sure the kids aren't cold out there and more prone to injury, right?
Absolutely. The worst thing we see is kids being dropped off at the ballpark and they're just in a t-shirt in weather like this.
Yeah.
And have them, send them with a jacket, a hoodie, and make sure they have long sleeves, definitely.
Okay, awesome. Great tips there. Thanks a lot. We'll catch up with you guys in a little bit. We're here at Inside Performance all morning long, Jody. Learning about baseball tips. Coming up, I'm going to be getting some hitting tips from the pros. That's right, Jody. I will. Baseball season is upon us. We're here at Inside Performance in North Van. And Ken, one of the big tips, and I think probably the problems with kids, and this is a good one for parents and coaches, is gripping the bat properly. And you just taught me something. I've been sort of playing recreational ball for years, but I've been gripping the bat wrong my whole life. So what's the key to remember?
It's fairly common.
Okay, first I'll show you how I used to do it. I'm kind of just grip the bat, not even thinking about it like that, right? But that's not right.
So the ticket is to line up your door knocker knuckles. So the ones.
So I should actually be shifting around like that.
So you shift those around. It gives you far more flexibility. It gives you far more mechanically.
And your arms are going to flail out.
Yeah.
That feels weird to me, but it's because I'm not used to it.
When you do something for so long, one way, to change it overnight is a little bit of a burden sometimes. Yeah, it seems different.
Okay, now Angelo is here, and he's got this dowel, and that is actually a great way to get kids just learning the swing mechanics before they even touch a bat, right?
Yeah, there should be a progression up.
Go ahead and take a few swings with that.
Yeah, you've got a long, light dowel.
Yeah.
So as Wes said earlier, it's a matter of selecting a bat. This is obviously not a bat, but it's getting him to swing the bat as opposed to have the bat swing him. So you want something light. Do it again, Angela, and listen to the noise.
Great sound off of it.
Listen to the noise. The noise should take place out front here. And for a 9-year-old, he swings the bat pretty well.
Yeah, and you can pick that up at any hardware store. It's just a dowel. It's like $5. And then show us the net trick that you use. And this is to get kids so they're not really reaching for the ball and they get a really nice proper swing.
So so we want to make sure there's a term called casting where you throw your hands out, which is a natural thing.
Yep.
We want Angelo to throw his hands forward towards the ball.
So that's where you get him up against the net and sort of bat's length away.
Yeah, put the bat up against his belly button and the other big end at the screen, and have him swing so it's coming up. That's not a good swing. All right, but
that's why we practice.
Exactly.
All right,
there's what you want to be doing.
Those are awesome tips. Thanks a lot, you guys. We're here at Inside Performance getting baseball tips. This is fascinating because I love baseball. And coming up, we're going to be learning about catching and throwing as well. So lots more baseball tips to come.
All right, thanks, Star. Wow, Angelo looks like he's quite at home plate there. He could play for the Jays, it looks like, right now.
For sure. Hastings Little League. That's right, yeah. We're actually going to be doing throwing techniques here. We're at Inside Performance in North Van learning baseball tips for coaches and parents. We got all that and more coming up. Go ahead, Angelo. Let her rip. Nice one. Thank you, Jody. Learning so much here at Inside Performance in North Van. It is a wonderful baseball training facility. Ken, we're going to be learning about the proper way to grip the ball when it comes to throwing, and what's the first thing you need to know? I always just pick the ball up, just throw it, but there's a lot more mechanics involved.
In the ideal world, you want to throw a four-seamer. So
four-seamer, what does that mean?
Means is that your fingers will touch 4 parts of the seam. That's the simplest way. 1, 2, 3, 4, as opposed to a two-seamer.
Okay.
Which that? The four-seamer is a truer throw. Infielders, outfielders like to throw it. The pitchers like to throw more of a two-seamer because they can do things with the ball and make it move, but an infielder doesn't want to do that.
So say I'm an infielder, I'm at shortstop, I get a grounder, I grab the ball like that, and I have to try and, by the time I throw it, switch it around so I've got that four-seam grip, right?
So if you put the ball back in your hand, you're going to throw a changeup.
Okay.
Except for a pitcher, nobody wants to throw a changeup. So the ball's got to be put out in your fingers a little bit more. So if you get a two-seamer, you take the ball out of your glove, it's a two-seamer. By the time you get it back in the throwing position, you've got it loose enough that you can create a four-seamer.
And kids at home, if they're just watching TV, they can have their glove in hand, throw the ball in the glove, and actually practice grabbing the two-seamer.
Easy to
right?
do.
Yeah.
Two-seamer comes out, four-seamer, you can do it continually. Yeah.
And here's a softball just for reference. I mean, I know a lot of kids, they may go into softball as opposed to baseball. Same kind of technique, right? You're just dealing with a bigger ball, but same principles apply.
Principles are the same.
Okay.
Principles are the same.
Great.
Yeah.
Should we get Angelo to show us some proper techniques on throwing?
Two things we want to emphasize right now for the youngsters or anybody is that the elbow, Angelo, the elbow stays at least the height of the shoulder.
Okay.
We don't want it down.
Okay.
We want a 90 formed here and a 90-degree formed here. That's one thing. And the next thing, which is really important, show us the little drill. Thumb to the thigh. Thumb to the thigh. Take the ball out of the glove. Thumb comes off to the thigh. Thumb to the thigh. Fingers to the sky. So when you're looking, you're seeing the back of your fingers. And then as you use your hips, the hand rotates and your hand comes on top of the ball and you bring the ball down through.
All right.
So
there you go.
So let's get a quick progression. Come here,
He's making Hastings Little League proud. All right, very good stuff. We're going to be learning about catching coming up in a little bit later, you guys. Thanks a lot. We're here at Inside Performance learning some great baseball tips. Coming up, we're at Inside Performance. One more segment. We're going to learn the art of catching. That was not a very good hit. But Angelo is a great fielder. Here we go. Stick around. He's telling me to work on the hips off camera. Yes. Great tips all around. Inside Performance here in North Van. Ken, we're going to be learning about how to properly catch the ball, right?
Yeah.
First things first, don't even need a glove. Just grab a tennis ball.
Yeah, you find a lot of younger kids, T-ball age and whatever, if they're chasing balls or whatever it may be, they drop their glove because it's a foreign object on their hands.
Yeah.
So you want a glove that's nice and small, as Wes said in the first segment, that they can handle it, they feel it's part of their body. But the two things about catching the ball is one of them is the physical entity of being able to catch a ball. The other is the psychological.
Yeah.
I want to get my head out of the way. I want to turn.
There's something flying at you. Yeah. You're going to react to it.
Start off with the simple things. We have a tennis ball here with Angelo, and we'll just play it so the fear factor is non-existent. And also, if we wanted to play little games, Angelo, this is an egg, so we have to play soft hands. We don't want to clank the ball out here. We want to bring the ball back, catch it, bring it back into
Cradle
our body.
Okay.
Cradle the ball, bring it back, all of that. Then we can build up. All right.
And how about if he has the glove and we use a real hard ball? What are the tips for catching that one?
Pretty simply.
Because you can get some stingers with the hard ball, right?
Yeah, this is when coaches tell you it doesn't hurt, they lie because it does hurt. But when the ball's up above your waist, we want fingers up. The ball below the waist, we want fingers down.
Okay.
And hopefully in the real world, we want to use both hands so we can get a quick transfer.
Awesome tips all around. I've learned so much as just a recreational baseball player. Angelo is on Hastings Little League. He actually was on the All-Star team last year. Angelo, show the camera how many home runs you got last year. Yeah, baby, 5 homers, oh yeah. And also, Ken, we just want to mention as well, you trained Milan Lucic. You actually taught him rugby back in the day when he was in school. You talked to him just a couple of days ago about these playoffs. What did he have to say?
He was excited. It sounded like he was overly excited that, I guess after an 82-game schedule, you get worn down a little bit. They had the playoffs cinched quite a while ago, so now it's time to start anew and start afresh and get after it. So.
You're not necessarily going for Boston, but you're going for Lucic.
Got to like him, but couple of guys on Boston can't be your favorites.
That's right. All right, thanks a lot. I've had so much fun here, you guys, at Inside Performance. And don't forget, you can come down here in North Van and get some individual training or coaching. And they also have summer training camps going on all over town. So go to the website or check them out on Twitter and book that, because they have some great expertise here and all things baseball. I've learned so much today.
You may be an entertainment guy and a movie reviewer, Thor, but you could do sports.
Really?
That was outstanding. Little Milan Lucic interview right there.